All right, guys. So I'm going to break down the first three plays real quick, and we're going to talk about, the potentiality these three plays might have been an RPO, or the first two out of the first three plays might have been an RPO. However, even if they are, I'm not happy with the play calling there. I just figure, take the cutesy out of it, hand the ball off to Lloyd, and let him come in. Now, why do I think play one might have been an RPO here? Obviously it's hard to know. I've heard people say you can't know if it's RPO. You don't know what the play call was. If you watch football and you study here, okay, if this is a pass play specifically, the whole offensive line is not going to take off to the right side. I think this is an RPO to to a run to the right, and then a read option for Spencer to the left with a potential pass to the left. It's just a little too cutesy for me though. Spencer doesn't hand the ball off. He might should have just handed the ball off. I mean, Lloyd looks like he made it to the outside there. Um, so we might could say this was on Spencer for having a bad read. Well, I've talked about that all year to where, hey, maybe Spencer's had some bad reads on RPOs. The coaches have talked about it earlier in the year, and it makes the O line look bad as well when the read is bad on read option plays. But in this particular instance, I don't, I still don't believe we should be running an RPO. You know what I mean? Like that. Why? I mean, just because Texas has got a tough defense, sure, I guess, but they haven't been stopping the run, so they're not really that tough. We made them look a lot better than they were, honestly, by not just pounding the rock off early and often. It's that simple to me. When we go to the next play, you're going to see a very similar thing because you're going to see Marshawn taking off to the left. You see pool blockers coming off to the left. Once again, if this was a pass play by itself, just a normal pass play, you're not normally going to see linemen pull off unless you're really, you could be really trying to sell the play action, sure, but you don't normally see pull blocks on a play action. I'm not saying it never happens, but you're not normally going to see a pull block on a play action. If you know it's a pass play, pull blocking doesn't really do anything for you. So except for maybe sell the illusion of the run. I think these might have been RPOs. They might not have been just straight pass plays. However, if you run a RPO in this situation, it just doesn't make sense to me once again, because now we come to play 3, and now we know we're in a pass play, and see, look at the difference in the blocking there. Straight pass play, the blockers didn't go anywhere, right? They're trying to create a pocket, which they did. Okay, which they did. And then now some critique on this towards Spencer, of course, is going to be watch his eyes. Okay, he is watching Stogner the whole time. As soon as the play starts, he is locked in on Stogner. There's no read to anybody else. Maybe he could have been looking at Lloyd as well. He's in that same vicinity, but he's looking in one direction. And you're going to notice a lot of green grass over here. Okay, so had he not forced this in over here, and I'm not too worried that it was thrown over there or that it was set up over there. Stogner is kind of in on one-on-one, except for the fact that this defender is going to pull off of Lloyd, and he's actually going to be the one to make the play. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So initially it looks good, but you got two guys running right into each other. Lloyd kind of pushes his guy into the play. Stogner is, I think that needs to go to the back post back here versus, midway in the end zone where he's throwing it. He's kind of like, at the front of the end zone, halfway in the front of the end zone versus the back side of the end zone. So, overall, the sequence was bad because you should have just ran the ball. I feel like you have a weak rush defense and you have a strong rushing offense, and I don't really care how many guys are in the box. Line your guys up and see if you can power it in. It's early. You already have a 7-0 lead. What if this gets picked off? Because, look, this guy broke off. That's that kind of crap that gets you interceptions right there. That, this guy you didn't even see breaks off from his man and ends up getting an interception. This could have been blown completely up. We could have gotten nothing out of this. Run the ball 3 times. Maybe on the third down you go for the pass play, but there's no reason the first 2 plays of this drive were not 100% run plays to Marshawn Lloyd. Try to power it in. If you don't, you don't. Oh well, the result was going to end up being the same in the situation where we end up getting 3 points. Okay, and like I said, I can come back one more time. If Spencer wasn't completely locked in, watching left, watching left, there's a lot of green grass over here. A lot of green over here. Tons of it. Not saying he could have got a touchdown, but he could have been running in that direction. He'd have had a one-on-one over here with this receiver at that point. All the defense is starting to come this way. And there's a one-on-one on the other side, and if he'd have come running to that side, there might have been a touchdown scored here. So Spencer's still locking in on a specific target. And this might have been a play design, specifically for Stogner, but where the ball flies to, I don't like where it goes. It should have been to the back corner. It should have been, I don't like that Lloyd's pushing his guy up into, if it's designed to go that way and Lloyd's pushing his guy that way, that doesn't make sense. Now, maybe Lloyd was trying to push into his guy to set up a little comeback for himself right there. I don't know. I don't know what his route was specifically. But then you have the green grass over here. And, potentially if Spencer wasn't locked in on Stogner, then, maybe we get, something going on over here. My biggest critique is still that we did not start off running the ball immediately in this series, guys. I mean, it's pretty much what everybody has said. I mean, it's no big shit. You're overthinking it. I'm thinking, I heard somebody say maybe Satterfield is too smart for his own good sometimes, and in this situation, that's exactly what it is. Just line up, run the ball, especially on first and second. See if we could pound it in. And if we don't, then we deal with that on third down. But, the first 2 plays potentially look like they were, honestly, RPOs. Spencer probably didn't read them properly. But Spencer hasn't been reading RPOs very well all this year. So why put him in that position as the OC? Why put him in that position to run an RPO, knowing you have a really good rushing offense against a weak rush defense, and you're already up 7, and you got a chance to go up 2 scores here? Just put the ball in Marshawn's hands and let him do his thing.